Good morning, everybody. We are here. We are looking good today. It is 76 degrees outside, mostly sunny, not cloudy. Mostly sunny right now. Looking good out there. We've got Chris first in the chat. What's going on, Chris? Coming in clutch. Oh, yes. We got Dark Bro second in the chat. Christian, we got Christian. No toast. Dark Bro, Jennifer, no toast. CD Wit, good morning to you, CD Wit. Dark Bro, no toast. Dark Bro, Frank, what's going on, Frank? Dark Bro, J Bones, baby. We got Dark Bro, no toast. Dark Bros, no toast. Jennifer, no toast. Dark Bro, Jennifer, all of you guys, glad to have you in here right now. Let's check the market out and see what is happening right now. We've got AMC in the top left-hand side of the screen sitting at 437 right now. 437, it is up 0.19% on the day today. 437.5, getting ready to break even at what, like 437? Yeah. Shiba Inu coin sitting at 771 points per coin at the moment, down 1.78% on the day today. GameStop sitting at $23. Bitcoin's the 1,000 one, sitting at $23.42. Yes, wouldn't the GameStop crew love if GameStop was sitting at 23,000? I believe they would. Tesla, $288.46 right now. Basically treading water on the day today. Bouncing down a little bit, but could just sit sideways ahead of the earnings release later tomorrow, I believe. Today's the 18th. I believe the earnings release is tomorrow after hours. So please keep that in mind, guys, that they're going to be releasing earnings tomorrow after hours. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe it's the 19th that their earnings comes out. NASDAQ currently sitting on a nice gain over the last 30 minutes here, sitting 0.31% higher on the day. AMC 437.5. We got GameStop 23.35. Dogecoin sitting at 6.8 cents. Ethereum 18.96. Shiba Inu coin down to 771. Bitcoin down to 29,898. I'm telling you, man, it is crazy that Bitcoin is testing levels below the bottom end of this very tight channel that we have been stuck in over the last couple of weeks here. I mean, we do know that it has wicked down several times before. Boom, back up, boom, actually back up yesterday. But once again today, double testing this bottom here, and could be on its way back down to 29,000 flat, or maybe even 27, 28,000. So please keep that in mind, that it is looking a little bearish over the last couple of days here, testing the bottom end as opposed to testing the upper end. Mullen Auto getting hit today. Mullen Auto down 4.5% right now. It's not a very large loss for Mullen Auto, being as volatile as it is, but nonetheless, 15.5 cents right there on a stock that should be trading at what, $100 per share? Sundial sitting at $1.41. The SPY sitting at $4.53. BBIG down 6% of the day today. I would imagine BBIG should pull back a little bit. We've seen some crazy gains, more than doubling in price over the last week here, going from $1.12 to $2.50. Yeah, $2.60 something cents yesterday, and currently back down to $2.32 on BBIG. Netflix sitting at $4.58. I think Netflix has earnings coming up here pretty soon. Highcraft Mining sitting at 45 cents. QQQ 383. I almost said 373. 383 on the QQQ. Ape barcoding. MPW is sitting at 9.92. Getting ready to touch $10 again, man. Wow. Touching $10 this morning. Pulling back a little bit off that $10 level. 9.91 at the moment. Wow. Tesla sitting at 288.25 right now. A couple red lines being posted on the screen. Innovix sitting at 22.73. Innovix doing very well today, man. Jumping up nicely to 23.70. Dude, J-Bones is so rich. It ain't even funny, man. It ain't even funny. This stock does not slow down. Going from $6.50 at the beginning of the year all the way up to $23.70 right now. Nearly a 4x gain. PID sitting at 18.31 and Joby 10.47. Overall gains in the market. Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market down a little bit. So overall gains in the stock market, but cryptocurrency market not looking too hot. And then Tesla. Look, I don't know which way Tesla is going to go today. I would imagine there would be some either consolidation or possible pullbacks leading into the earnings report there. So keep your eyes on that one if you guys are playing it. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is most likely going to try and get back into this range right here above 29.9 and back, below 30,600, back into that range. But hey, man, downward pressure has been intact over the last week. So we'll watch Bitcoin as we go on. Yo, Square Dude, Round Brew. Yes, Bitcoin price action spooked me yesterday. Close out of my leverage positions. I'm expecting to move down shortly. Maybe I should short it. Old Rounder, bro. Obviously, that's up to you. But yeah, dude, look, I'm glad that it spooked you out of that position because it is getting ready to test. Or it's already testing, I should say. It's not getting ready to do it. Bitcoin is testing the lower end of that channel here. And, dude, if it does drop down below, I mean, I would expect to test the next level of support, not resistance. It's not going up, it's going down. I would expect to test the next level of support here if it does break down through this one. So, clearly up to you if you want to short it. But, technically speaking, this does look a little bearish on this day right here. Obviously, it can bounce back off and people can come in and buy. But this does look a little bearish with a double attempt down here over the last 24 hours. And if it does continue down, man, I'd say we're touching 29 or possibly even 28 if things get out of control. I don't know if that's necessarily out of control. 5-10% move in Bitcoin's not out of control. Wow, uber late, bro, over here. Me? Somebody else? I don't even know. I'm getting better and better with my call scalp. I'm up 353 in the paper trading account. Today, $1,200. 3 weeks ago, 29.12 today, thanks to NVIDIA. My gosh, dude. Freaking killing it, Kalani. I love it. Dude, you're rolling in that paper trading account, man. And Microsoft, trend riding. Very nice, dude. Were you playing Tesla to the upside today, or did you play it down? If you were scalping this morning, I believe you would have gotten in at the open. See, the morning on Tesla, I know you like playing Tesla, and I was watching Tesla this morning before the open and then into the open. If you would have gotten in right as the market opened today with a put option, you would have done actually pretty well just to scalp it in like a 1 minute trade, man. Watching Tesla this morning might be a little easier to see on a 5 minute, but watching Tesla this morning kind of coming down from those 291 highs, dipping down here to 288. The sentiment did look a little bearish this morning going into the open here. And then, of course, the moment that it opened, it did drop down over the first 3 minutes pretty significantly from 290 all the way down to 287. And that's a very big move in something if you're playing call options. Because if you're paying $10 for those calls, or puts, sorry. If you're paying $10 for those puts, and the price drops $3, you would expect a $3 increase or nearly a 30% increase in the price of those puts over a 3 minute period. Dude, if you can scalp 30% in 3 minutes, you're absolutely killing it. But of course, Tesla has been basically sitting sideways all day, bouncing up a little bit, bouncing back down a little bit. So you could get caught pretty quickly if you're trying to play it in either direction right now. No necessary direction playing out on the daily trend so far. But yeah, man, if you were able to scalp this morning, you had a couple good put moments here and a couple good call moments in here. But I don't know. Did you make the money on the upside or the downside today? Because that is an excellent trade. Hanomics announced a new wearable battery cell that potentially can be used with law enforcement and the military. Dang, dude. So what are they doing with this new battery cell that could potentially be used with law enforcement? What would they use that battery for? To like charge body cams or something? Or to increase the longevity of their body cams or what? Hey, bro, you there? Yes. Yes, I am. Can you not... Can Dark Bro not hear me? Can Dark Bro not hear me? Or... I don't know, man. You guys can hear me, right? I hope you guys can hear me. I am in here. Let's see. Dark Bro. Boom. Altcoins got wrecked. Altcoins about to get wrecked? I hope not. Yeah, me too. But I do believe altcoins will fall if Bitcoin breaks down below that level. So, although I hope things don't happen, Tony D, you got to take them for what they are. And if Bitcoin does fall down below, to the 29,000 flat, if it falls out of this $30,000 range, you should expect altcoins to go down as well. Hey, what prices was Bitcoin when you first heard of it? Jeez. I don't know Vitor Miguel Silva. Você brasileiro? I don't know what it was when I first heard of it. I do recall actively choosing not to invest when Bitcoin had ran from 100 to about 400. And gosh, man, it might have been 2012 or somewhere around that time. I do remember actively making the decision not to buy Bitcoin. I fell into the government push narrative that Bitcoin was only for drug dealers, and in anything illicit like that is not likely to be legal for very long. Well, that obviously did not pan out. So you've got to listen to your gut, right? And Bitcoin did seem very expensive when it had ran from $100 per coin to $400 per coin. Knowing that it was hitting all-time highs, knowing that Bitcoin had ripped from literally cents to those $400 levels, it was very hard to justify buying something that was hitting all-time highs, that was potentially on the cusp of being illegal. And clearly, man, if any of you guys did buy in at the $100 to $400 range, or even earlier, I mean, you'd be absolutely set for the rest of your lives and your children's lives right now. So that's the first, I guess, active decision I made. Because I don't know, I could have seen Bitcoin earlier than that and just blew it off or something, but I don't remember those prices if I did. I actively remember not investing in Bitcoin when it had ran from $100 to $400, and I believe it was 2012. Obviously, I could be wrong. Sitting here waiting on Clay, bro. I closed the stream and reopened it, and he's talking. YouTube continues to be... Yeah, Dark Bro, man. I thought it was you. Good morning to you, Nick F. Glad to have you. I haven't played Tesla at all today. Too risky for me knowing tomorrow's earnings. I played the SPY, Meta, Microsoft, and Nvidia today. Yeah, Kalani, here's the thing. Usually, I wouldn't expect much volatility the day before or leading into the earnings report right there. People typically, display a lot of caution heading into earnings reports like that. It's holding it overnight that I would not want to do. And I don't know if Mr. Simon's in here or not. Mr. Simon had played Tesla calls or puts. I don't know which one he was doing. I think he was playing calls. He was playing Tesla puts a while back, and he did very, very well for a couple days in a row. And he had some Tesla calls that got wrecked because he held overnight, and Tesla had its investors meeting or investors conference or whatever it was. And I don't know, Elon said something, and the price of the stock fell. It was like 10%. And those calls got absolutely wrecked. So anytime you have a very volatile event or a lot of uncertainty coming up, just please be aware of everything that is involved with that stock if you plan on holding options overnight. Cool, just landed back in my hometown after 1 month in India. Missed your live streams. Raid to Silva, man. Glad to have you back in the live, dude. And hopefully you had a great time in India. And hopefully you're glad to be home, man. Body cam batteries. Very nice. J-Bones, dude. You're absolutely killing it. Are you holding still to $30? You getting kind of tempted to take it? What's your deal? Since they fixed mobile stations, burns are doing better than the last 24 hours for Lunk. Oh, Michael, you know what? I actually haven't even looked at burns over the last 24 hours now. What are the burns looking like over the last 24 hours, man? I'm more bullish on Lunk than Shib. The developers constantly promote Shib when we all know it's more towards bones. None of the previous or upcoming projects have direct or impacts towards it. Yeah, Anakin Skywalker. So you are 100%, right? You're 100% correct. The thing that I would not overlook, though, I don't care about the developers. I don't for Shiba Inu coin. I don't care about the developers. I am a little concerned about the developers for Terra Luna Classic because I believe they're going to leave us high and dry if that community pool ends up going, I guess, I don't know, empty or whatever. I believe those developers will leave. But when it comes to Shiba Inu coin, dude, you're talking about a community that is like 3+ million strong, growing every single day. One of the wildest in the games. Like, people in the Shib community are very dedicated to Shiba Inu coin, and I would not want to overlook that. I don't care about the developers, so I agree with you there. Plan for Friday. Either buy 50 shares of T. Oh, yeah, AT&T, guys. AT&T is getting trashed right now. Bring my total to 100 and sell a $15 covered call for Friday. For the 15 cent August 18th, or buy 78 shares of MPW, bringing me to 200 shares. Sell covered calls for the week after the ex-dividend to buy T-Mobile with the, or not T-Mobile, AT&T with the premium. Dang, Frank, that is a decision you gotta make, man. I don't know if AT&T is necessarily a falling knife at this point, but if you guys have not been paying attention, there's some sort of and you know what? Actually, Frank, you might know a lot more about this, being one of those dudes that's up on telephone poles. There's something going on with like lead in the telephone lines or lead in the wires that's causing a problem. I don't know, for telecom stocks. I want to say T-Mobile. It's not T-Mobile. AT&T is down drastically. AT&T has lost basically as much as it was losing back in the 2008 financial crisis, and sitting in the $13 range. AT&T is extremely cheap, posting, I believe now, above an 8% dividend on a stock that is as low as it's been since 2008. Now, with that being said, I don't know if it's going to continue on its way down here or what. But a lot of analysts, I was reading some news this morning, believe it's going to be like a $5 billion fix or something like that. Let's see if we get any headlines here. Where's the dividend at risk? I mean, the dividend's not at risk unless they have to pay a massive amount to fix their lines. I'm just trying to see if I can find that headline real quick. You guys might have to look into it a little bit more if you're really concerned about what they got going on. Frank, I honestly, man, I don't know if you know about the telephone lines or not. So if you do, please let us know. But yeah, guys, if you look at this monthly graph here. AT&T is reaching levels right now that it has not seen. Look at this. Since back here after the 2008 fallout. Now, we are currently at this level that proved to be some support following the recovery. If you're really trying to get AT&T at a massive discount, I think the best you could hope for, unless they literally go bankrupt or something, is in this $11 to $12 range. $11 are the wicks on monthly candles, and $12, $11.50 to $12 is kind of your body level of support here. That would be major support. You're talking, we haven't seen these levels, dude, since beginning after the .com bubble burst in early 2000, the fallout of the financial crisis. And that's nearly where we are right now. $13.50 is still a decent ways away from it's 10% decline to $12 here. But look at the dividend over on the right. At $13.58, AT&T is paying an 8.18% dividend. That is huge to passively invest in and never worry about getting paid, but hitting that dividend and making 8% a year. So it is something to consider right now. It is at major lows and major levels of support. But AT&T is something you guys should consider if you want some passive income and a stock that'll likely be around. Let's see. Clay, my average for Bitcoin says 26 something. I get it's up to me, but good to just keep it. Yeah, so Chris, I don't know how much Bitcoin you got, right? I don't know how much Bitcoin you got right now. Here's my thoughts on Bitcoin, man. You may be able to get a little bit better of a price point. If Bitcoin does end up falling through this level, it looks like it wants to test it right now, right? It really does look like it wants to come to the downside, but it looked that way here, okay? It's looked that way a couple days over the last couple of months here. If it does fall down, I'd say you're actually safe to this red line. I'd say you're actually safe to this green line. And 26,000, dude, if your Bitcoin average is 26, we got to fall quite drastically to get back down to this 25,000 mark before you start to lose money again. If Bitcoin is a long-term hold for you, I would say just hold it. Just forget about it, almost. Don't worry about trading it. If it's a trade for you, and this is where the difference lies. Bitcoin for me, I mean, I don't know. I guess you could trade it, but Bitcoin to me seems like a pretty stable long-term hold that you just want to see what happens with it. If it ever goes to $1 million, you're going to be killing it. If it goes to $250,000, you're going to be 10xing on it. So it's just your strategy, right? If you want to trade it, yeah, I think you're safe. I think you got a long way to go down with plenty of levels of support on the way down that you'd have to break through. So I do think you're safe, but it is looking like it wants to test the downside right now. And I don't know how much you got, man. If you get $1,000, you're going to be losing, like $20 if it drops or $200 if it drops all the way back down to 25,000 here. So nothing to make or break, but to me, Bitcoin would be a longer term hold just to kind of watch it play out, not necessarily, I guess, worry about it. Crap, 1601, something like that. I have no idea what's going on. All of a sudden, CNBC started displaying Bitcoin prices. That's when I know it's become mainstream. That's interesting, roulette wheel. Okay, bro, where will BC? Let's check it out. I heard Simpson. Or I heard Simon put $1.74 in Shib and got wrecked. Haven't seen it since. No! We haven't, listen, I don't know where Mr. Simon's been, if that dude's been busy or what, but I really do miss Mr. Simon being in here. So if you guys see that guy, tell him to come back, man. Good morning, I love the channel. You do a fantastic job. Does Shib have the ability to reach 1 cent in 2023? No. So if everything that is currently taking place continues to take place, the answer to that question is no. However, right, because I love to lean on the side of optimism, I will say that if Shibarium somehow does come out and begins to burn trillions of coins, the excitement could absolutely catch fire. So if you're talking Shib to a penny, man, you're talking a $5 trillion valuation. That's not going to happen. But if somehow we burn trillions of coins, of course, I guess it could happen at that point. You got to burn an obscene amount of coins to reach that level, though. Something that, on the current trajectory, we will not reach. Crazy. Microsoft hit new all-time highs today. Lots of all-time highs this year. Yeah, that is crazy, Kalani. I did get a couple notifications from Webull today that there was a lot of stocks hitting 52-week highs. Oh, I haven't looked at Microsoft, so let's look at Microsoft and see where they're at. Was it a 52-week high or was it an all-time high that Microsoft hit? That is an all-time high. Man, dude, look at Microsoft, man. Bill Gates is just loaded. Could you imagine? Look at the graph on this stock. This is what you want in a company, man. 2008, $11. In 11 bucks, 30x gaining. That's awesome, right? AMC 30x gained in 2021. But look at this graph. This is a 15-year graph that you're looking at. And you never had to worry about a pullback except for this nonsense that we went through in 2020, at the end of 2021. Look how big this bear market is compared to the rest of the history of Microsoft. This bear market that we were in, guys, was much, much crazier. I mean, if you lived through 2008, it was pretty crazy in terms of percentage-wise. But if you're looking at the actual dollar amount moved, look at the difference here, dude. Look how small 2008, 2009 looks compared to what we just went through. This graph has been phenomenal for Microsoft. I would hope that it can't keep this trajectory up, dude. We're going to be trading at a $20 trillion valuation 5 years from now if it keeps that same slope up. I mean, that is nuts. So Microsoft, yes, Microsoft doing very well. Gotcha, Clay. Guess that was dumb. No, it's not dumb, because, yeah, oh, hold on. But looking for plays for the schmedium. Hey, I have something to show. I can make money range. Yeah, so Chris, man, it's honestly not a dumb question, okay? There's no such thing as a dumb question. Unless you guys ask if I'm wearing pants or something right now. The answer is, well, that's a dumb question. So, besides that, man, never feel bad about asking anything like that. I personally just think Bitcoin is a little bit better for the longer term hold, but I mean, I think that you might be able to see prices reach back down to that 26,000 level. Roulette wheel, that'd be awesome, but don't we need to burn hundreds of trillions? Yeah, Tony D, man, I think, I didn't see what roulette wheel said, but if you're talking about higher prices, yeah. Tony D, AI is capping. AI, okay, so AI got some ridiculous price swings. Do you think America will switch to BRICS within 5 years? Do I think we're going to switch to BRICS? I don't think the U.S. is going to switch to anything ever. I think that the U.S. is committed to continuing being the U.S. The amount of money and commitment that would take would be astronomical. Don't know, but something big might come along and actually may do huge Shiba. Oh, I hope so. Listen, that's the thing, guys. We have accomplished so much over the last, 5 to 10 years. I mean, if you think 10 years ago, dude, we're nowhere near where we were 10 years ago, simply in terms of technology. And the amount of wealth that has been created over the last 10 years is insane. So even though I try to base things on realism and numbers that make sense, they make sense today. Dude, whoever leads the United States, they could lead us into a hyperinflationary period. Even if we don't go through technological innovation and massive growth, we could go the opposite direction. We could go through a period of hyperinflation where they literally just try to destroy the lives of citizens here in the U.S., and all of a sudden $1 does buy you. No, it'd be the other way. One Shib all of a sudden does buy you an entire dollar. The dollar could spiral out of control, and we could see massive price swings to the upside too. So anything really is possible. MPW, January cash secure puts, $10 strike, earning 14%. Nice. Frank, let me ask you guys this. I don't know if any of you guys have been paying attention to the puts on AMC, but it is absolutely wild right now. I believe market makers and apparently the overall market is of the decision that the judge is going to decide in favor of Adam Aaron. And you are most likely going to see a pretty large swing down in AMC stock. But these puts on AMC are paying absurd amounts of money. If you're willing to sell a put on AMC at $4, the price has to go down nearly 10%. Well, it's got to go down more than 10% for you to break even, but it's got to go down 10% for that stock to get put to you by Friday, okay? You got to see a 10% decrease in the price of AMC by Friday, and you're walking away, I believe, with a 4% gain right now on those puts. 16 cents you're making if you sell those $4 puts. You're making a percent if you sell the 350 puts for this Friday on AMC. You got to see like a 30% decline before you break even. If you go out next week, look at the $4 puts. They're paying 15%. It's like 12 to 13% for next week on AMC's $4 strikes, and you're making a couple percent selling the 350 strikes. Now, I get it that there's a huge amount of implied volatility because of that judge's decision, but that judge could drag her feet for the next 2 months if she wanted to. It is a very high-risk, high-reward situation, man, but you are looking at like 13% gains on the $4 strikes for AMC next week. 3%, 4% gains for this week. It's crazy, man. If Shiba can't 20x easily, what's the next that can? Say you have $200, pension. You know what, Mr. Brian? So I was looking at that. I was actually looking at potential 20x gains. I don't think it's going to be easy for Shib to 20x gain. And what I was looking at was what coins are really looking at 20x gains before they reach their previous highs. Because Shib's previous high is about a 10x gain away, and that's basically where a lot of these coins are sitting. 90% declines from their all-time highs, or 10x potential from their all-time highs. I believe that... I don't know where Veracity is right now. I believe that Veracity, VRA, was one of the tokens that was like a 12 to 15x gain away from seeing some pretty large. I believe its all-time high was around like 11 cents or 7 cents or something, and it's trading in that range right now. So Veracity was one of them. But one of the larger coins that should be around that has almost 20x potential, Kronos, or Crypto.com coin. If you're looking at Kronos right now in the 5 to 6 cent range, Kronos was about that $1 or a little over $1 for a very, very brief period. Back in, I think it was 2021 or early 2022, when they were buying the Staples Center and, you know, putting their name on the side of the Staples Center there. So Kronos is another one that has 20x potential to reach its all-time highs. That I believe that puts it at about like a $20 or $30 billion valuation, and I think if that exchange grows, I mean, you could see higher than 20 or 30x. Now, those are major market cap coins that have that type of potential to get back to their all-time highs with a 20x increase. Right now, literally everything except for Bitcoin and Ethereum are down nearly 90%, so it would lead to a 10x gain to their all-time highs. But, dude, if you're looking at these small cap coins like Pepe 2.0, Pepe 4.20, you know, that stuff is much easier to 20x, but it's certainly nowhere near as secure or safe. Let's see, where are we going here? Who isn't going to notice Pika? I did, man. I noticed I was on a rant. I kept going with it, but Pika, I am very glad you're in here right now. Pika, you need to come in here every day. We miss you when you're not in here. We absolutely need you in here. So glad to have you in here. Crypto.com just partnered with Ubisoft. Very nice. Solani knows about it, man. That sucks roulette, but it's still pretty low. Thought about picking up a few mo at these levels. I was waiting to see if it dips more. Next Friday, AMC $3 cash secure puts earning 10 cents each. 350 earned 24. Yeah, Frank, dude. I mean, isn't that insane? Because here's my thoughts on that real quick, just to go with AMC. Clay still hasn't said hi to Pig yet. It's already been 10 minutes. It's not been 10 minutes, man. It was like 3 minutes at the most. It just felt like an eternity because Pika absolutely deserves a hello when she comes in here. Pika, no, I did see you come in. I was just going on that rant and didn't want to lose my train of thought. Getting all excited that you came in here. But yeah, talking about those real quick. Frank, looking at those cash secured puts, paying obscene amounts of money over just the next week alone, right? If you go even further out, dude, you're making 25%. If you go another week out, you're making 25% on those $4 cash secured puts. This is Friday, guys. You're making, dang, those are calls, okay. 15 to 16 cents. You're making 4%. just by Friday, 3 days away. You're making 4%. You're making 1% if you go to the 350 strike. If you come out just next week, you're selling these cash secured puts for 51 cents right now. You're making like 12, 13% on these cash secured puts right here for 1 week out. That means if AMC, the only way you break even is if AMC drops all the way to $3.49. Then you break even. They're going to put that stock to you at $4, but you already collected a 50-cent premium. If you're looking at the 350s, you're ripping 24 cents selling those 350s. You're making 3%. Guys, that's an 8% gain, or nearly an 8% gain, maybe 7. You're looking at 3%, almost 4% gain here. Selling the $3 puts for 1 week out, just next week. If you go out to 17 days, right, 2.5 weeks away, you are making 90 cents. AMC's got to drop to $3.10 before you start to break even. Selling this, it would have to go all the way down to $3.10 before you break even. Here's my thoughts, okay? If there would have to be a major exodus of AMC for you to lose money on some of these positions, like the $3 or $3.10 that you would need to be at to break even. With AMC trading at $4.30 and Ape trading at $1.86, right? If they simply meet in the middle, I mean, you're looking at that $3 price range. AMC is going to go up, or Ape's going to go up about $1.10, $1.20. AMC is going to fall $1.10, $1.20. That $3 range is right there. So that's if they meet in the middle, right? And that's kind of what is expected to have happen. So I that might be one of the reasons those options are so juicy in that area, in that $3 area right there, is that if you go to sell these 2 weeks out, you know, you're making 90 cents. You're right there at that $3 area to break even. $3 area right here after the premium is earned. Now, I don't know. I mean, if the judge decides to make her decision this week, okay, you're going to get hit pretty hard. If the judge doesn't make her decision for another month out, that is massive gains you're talking about making there. Simply selling AMC cash secured puts. Hey, going on some explanations today. Yes, Chris. Well, no, Chris, because when you got an opportunity to make 25% like that and selling a put on AMC, and it all boils down to whether or not the judge makes her decision in the next 2 weeks, I mean, that's a pretty lucrative opportunity to bank 20%. Jonathan! Thank you very much for the super chat. Jonathan says, you make me 100%. Jonathan, you complete me as well. I believe that's what you meant with that one, right? You complete me? Absolutely. You make me 100%. You make me whole. You complete me, Jonathan. Thank you very much for that super chat, man. Appreciate you being out there watching. How you been, dude? How you been? Hopefully you've been good. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. No toast. You are right. $2 crow is attainable. Yeah, Lonnie, I agree with you on that, man. I agree with you on that. And that's more than a 20x gain there. So that would be almost a 30 to 40x gain, depending on if it's a 6 cents or 5 cents right now. I don't know exactly where it's at. Thanks, Clay. What about Volante or Near? Mr. Brian, let's take a look at it. If you feel currently Lunk is the best investment for potential short-term gains? No. Travis, not necessarily, man. Not necessarily. I do believe that Terra Luna Classic has a lot of catalysts right on the horizon. So the same way that XRP soared in value when the judge decided in favor of Ripple, and XRP being listed on exchanges, I think that Terra Luna Classic has a very similar catalyst on the horizon. So the judge could dismiss the case of the SEC versus Do Kwon and Terraform Labs. And if the judge dismisses that case, I really do think that Terra Luna Classic could shoot up in value nicely. So it does have a lot of catalysts on the horizon, but I don't know if it's necessarily the best investment for potential short-term gains. I still think that Terra Luna Classic is extremely speculative. And if the shares get put to you, just sell cover. Yeah, dude, if you're selling covered calls, the covered calls aren't paying as much as the puts are right now. But you are absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. People are still paying ridiculous amounts to buy calls on AMC, and I do believe they still will, unfortunately, after Adam Aaron is potentially allowed to dilute the crap out of our stock again. I have to read about puts and calls. Listening to Clay talk about them sounds like a foreign language. You know what, roulette wheel, do read a little bit about them, but I don't want it to sound like a foreign language to anybody, okay? So, as simply as I can put it, you could do you got puts, you've got calls, right? That's it. And you can buy and you can sell. So you can buy a put, you can sell a put. You can buy a call, you can sell a call. Now, a put gains in value as the stock price goes down. A call gains in value as the stock price goes up. And the definition is very simple. If you buy a put, you are buying the option to put that stock to somebody else at a certain price at a certain date. If you are buying a call, you are buying the option to call that stock away from somebody at a certain price by a certain date. So clearly, if you buy the option to take AMC away from somebody at $4.50 and AMC rips up to $10 a share, the call is going to be very expensive. It's going to gain a lot in value. If you buy a put, you buy a put at $4.50 and AMC tanks down to $2 a share, you can put that stock to somebody at $4.50. You can still sell it to them for $4.50. That's valuable. I mean, that's worth something. So it's going to gain in value drastically if the price goes down. Now, you can also sell them, okay? Because there are, like, just the same way you would be willing to buy it, you could absolutely sell it to them. But, okay, you've got to sell cash secured puts, meaning you have the money. When you sell it, somebody has the option to put that stock to you. If you sell a call, somebody has the option to call those stocks away from you. So it's just the exact opposite if you were to buy it. And if you're selling puts, you need to have enough money on hand in order to have somebody put that stock to you. And if you're selling calls, you need to have at least 100 shares so that they can call those stocks away from you. They don't let you roll on margin like that. Been here for 30 minutes and nobody said hi to me, and I'm kind of cool. Not peak cool, but kind of cool. Pudgy, absolutely. Peak cool as well, man. I'll give it to you. Let's see. Who needs 20% when you have 4x at... Yes, when you have 4x, man. When you get some 4x gains, who needs 20%? You're right on that one. I know, Clay. Well, no, I don't, because I haven't made anything. But yes, I will one day, or maybe I won't. Who knows? No one knows what the nose knows. Chris, man. Dude. Chris, you're going to be making some money. And I've been looking at ARR, too. I know you're down unless you got out of ARR. But I got to ask, Chris. Did you receive that dividend yet? I want to know how it feels to get some of that passive income there. Even though the price of ARR is back down. I don't know when they pay out that dividend or not, but you should have had a pretty nice dividend coming there at 8 cents. So yeah, dude, they're continuing that dividend at 8 cents. A beautiful, man, 20% annualized rate of return on their dividend. And sitting at 514 or 504 right now. Sorry, 504. You got that 8 cent dividend as well. So that's got to, it can't feel that great, right? But it's got to feel good knowing that you're going to get that dividend, man, for the rest of your stinking life if they don't drop it. You're going to be getting that dividend the rest of your life, man. Hurrah! Personally, no AMC options while APE exists. Interesting. All right, yeah, and you know what, Frank? It's extremely lucrative. And I know the reason they're tempting people is because they believe that it's going to drop. They're trying to sucker people into buying or selling those puts to them. I really feel that way because if you would have looked at how lucrative the puts were on like FRCB and some of those banks and Silverbank and Silvergate, I think it was, all of those silvers, when those banks were collapsing at the beginning of the year, oh, dude, those puts were way too juicy not to get involved. And then guess what? They put the crap out of that stock to people who were selling it to them. So I think the market makers and these institutional investors that are selling some or buying some puts right now are juicing it up because they think that they're going to be able to put it to people. Hey, I bought millions of calls in the 90s, and then in the 2000s, they came out with unlimited call. This dude, man. This dude. Yes. But did you know that if you had a Fave 5, man, you could have called those 5 people all you wanted for free. Unlimited, dude. Unlimited. And if you would have just waited until 7 p.m., you could have called all you wanted after 7 p.m. Wouldn't have cost you a minute. Oh, God, I remember that. Buying options, you have the right. Selling, you have the obligation. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So if you buy an option, guys, you have the option or the right to call it away or put it to somebody else. If you do sell it, and that's why it needs to be cash secured or covered with the underlying shares, you do have the obligation at that point to get it put to you or get it sold to you. To get it put to you or get it called away from you. Sorry. But you do have to remember, you can always sell that option too. You don't have to wait till expiration. You don't necessarily have to wait until they call it away from you or put it to you and stuff like that. You can, of course, cut your position early and close out of that options position by either buying it back or selling it if you buy it first. Clay still got ARR getting the divvy the 28th. Very nice, Chris. You know the cool thing about that, Chris, you're getting the dividend on the 28th. The ex-dividend is coming up just 2 weeks after that again on the 14th. Dude, it's got to be decent, man, knowing that you're going to be getting 8 cents per share every single month until they decide to either cut their dividend or what. You might get that 8 cents or more every month for the rest of your life, man. That's interesting. That's interesting. Shiba Inu coin falling down a little bit right now. I'd imagine Bitcoin falling down a little bit. Yes, Bitcoin is falling down a little bit right now. 29,700. All right, we might be falling. We might be falling here, guys. We got to keep our eyes on this. 29.7 on Bitcoin right now. 763 on Shiba Inu coin. We're falling down below this daily trend line. Take a look at this. This happened very quickly here. We might be on our way back down to 29,000 at the moment. We got to see what happens, but this is a pretty decent decline through that 29.9 area that we were just trading at. So we're going to be watching this. Big purple lines being posted on the screen right now. The overall crypto market getting hit. It's not just Bitcoin. It's not just Shiba Inu coin. As you can see, it's all these cryptocurrencies right here. Ethereum's down. Doge is down. I'm sure the rest of the market's down a little bit. But we're going to have to keep our eyes because we might be touching 29,000 flat. Hopefully PS5 is in here right now. Read an article yesterday in the New York Times about all these young girls becoming millionaires on OnlyFans. They're making so much money it's attracting more females at an alarming rate. You know what, Wayne Grow? I'll say this, okay? I think a lot of that is also fake news, okay? I really do. I think a lot of that is fake news. And one of the ways that you can market yourself is to simply post these numbers out there. There may be a handful of girls that are making millions of dollars a year on OnlyFans. There's a handful of people that are making millions of dollars a year on YouTube. There's a handful of people that are making millions of dollars a year on Instagram or on Twitter and so on. There's a handful of people in any category that are making numbers like that. And the allure of it, yes, does draw in new people. But listen, just don't do it, man. Don't. You can make $1 million without taking your clothes off. You can make $1 million without taking your clothes off. It is very alluring. I'm telling you that right now. But people, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are saying, I'm top 1%, I'm top 0.1%, but that's a marketing tactic. if you can prove or lie to other people into thinking that you are the top, they're going to want to buy from you, right? We see that all the time, marketing across all industries, not just this online take your clothes off type of a deal. So I think a lot of these articles that are being written are to promote themselves, not just the actual truth of it. Pepe 2.0, let's check it out. Kenneth, we'll do that real quick. Maybe I did get it on the 28th. I don't know, but doing it for the divvy. There you go. I don't know, but doing it for the yeah, Chris, man, I don't know if you got it yet or not. The ex-dividend date was the 14th. I don't know when you actually received the dividend. Let it fall, let it fall. My skin was jacked, so I'm rebuilding. Yeah, dude, if they jacked your wallet, I'm glad you're able to rebuild on some of these dips here. But let's check out Pepe 2.0 real quick for Kenneth and see what's going on out here. Wrong button, right button. All right, Pepe 2.0 sitting down 6.5% on the day today. $18 million market cap, exactly where it was yesterday, I think, when we looked. So you get some increased volatility between 47 points per coin and 43 points per coin on Pepe 2.0 right now. But I think it's exactly where we were yesterday when we were looking at it, man, at that $18 million market cap. 42, 43 points per coin. And Pepe's sitting there. Remember, how about that girl or doctor? Oh, yeah, dude, I definitely remember that. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? Like that girl? I do remember her. Tony D, little girl with the outside. Yes, that one. That is a 100% lie. There's like 1% of all of them make money on OnlyFans and Feet Finder. The rest are making at most. Yeah, I agree, Kenneth. I don't even think it's 1% that are making $1 million a year on Foot Finder or whatever and OnlyFans, dude. It's probably, I don't want to look up OnlyFans statistics or something, but dude, there's probably what, like 10 people that are OnlyFans millionaires, and I highly doubt that there's 10 people banking $1 million a year on OnlyFans. The rest of them, meaning literally tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. If you're not doing it for fun, man, I think you're going to be better off if you're doing it for fun and then hoping the money comes in, as opposed to going out there, setting up shop, and potentially ruining a lot of prospects in the way there. It says pending, Frank. Gotcha. Pending dividend. There you go. Well, if it is pending, man, hopefully you get it here pretty soon. The ex-dividend date was the 14th. I don't know exactly when you receive it there. She can't complete a sentence, but she is rich, man. All you got to do is listen. Tony D, here's the thing that you're going to learn. As you scroll through TikTok, as you scroll through YouTube Shorts and all of that stuff, people don't want to see you complete a sentence. People don't necessarily want, and when I say people, I mean the vast majority of people. You guys are a different breed. People don't necessarily want to learn. People don't necessarily want to better themselves. They want to live through someone else's experiences. They want to detach from reality, and they want to feel something that they wouldn't feel otherwise. When you watch a Mr. Beast video and the dude drops $1 million, it's cool because you might not be able to drop or are unwilling to drop $1 million. You kind of want to know what that feels like, right? When you watch a video where these guys go around and they give $100 to 100 college students, like That Was Epic does, it feels very good to be able to give like that and surprise somebody and make somebody else's day by dropping $100. You have a feeling of something you wouldn't be able to do outside of watching the video and outside of YouTube. When you watch these guys sporting their Lamborghinis and ripping their Ferraris around, you get to feel like what it would be like to have a Ferrari. It's not about learning, dude. It's not about growing. It's not about getting better. It's not even about achieving it yourself. It's simply about the fact that you feel smarter than that girl, and therefore people love to talk about it, right? And the more you get talked about on the internet, the more money you make. Question is, why would people pay money for OnlyFans? Isn't it free? I don't mean to turn... No, Wayne Grow. I completely agree, and it's a question that I often ask. I've often asked, right? Because, and I'll say it like this, okay? Ryan just sent 29 rupees, I think there. Ryan just sent 29 rupees, right? Why would Ryan send 29 rupees? He could easily go out and I don't know, get the same exact information or whatever on Google. Rocket said watching you is like having a Ferrari. Why would Rocket send $4.99 to let me know that watching me is like having a Ferrari? There's a certain sense of support that people do feel, and maybe that's the way they begin to feel about these girls online or about, me being on the screen right now. There's a certain level of support, and it is, by at least me, absolutely appreciated, guys. I want to make that known. Some other people, they may abuse it and so on and literally not care at all if they drain your entire bank account and stuff like that. I hope that nobody ever stretches themselves sending any super chats on here. It is 100% appreciated, yes, but I never want you guys to feel the obligation to do so. So there is a certain support aspect of being able to send money to somebody else online that you feel connected to. And then there's probably another more domineering approach to it, where if you're sending these girls something online, dude, and you're, telling them to lick and stick a banana, and they're doing what you're telling them to do, and you can't do that in real life, well, all of a sudden, dude, you're accomplishing something that you can't get done elsewhere, and I think that does play a little bit of a role into it as well. You have some control over another person that you wouldn't necessarily have in a real life situation. So yes, you can get it, and you can look at all of the stuff that you want to all day long for free, but there's a certain domineering approach like this right here. Ryan, thank you very much. Ryan sends a super chat and he loves to see when you talk like a Michael Corleone. Whatever your name is, Ryan, I thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate you for being in here, man, and sending that super chat like you always do. Ryan, you got a little fetish going on, don't you? I know you do. Rocket, thank you very much for the super chat, man. I was going on with the explanation. Didn't want you guys to think I was ignoring your super chats or not. Watching you is like having a Ferrari. It is, dude. It's actually better than having a Ferrari because Ferraris are extremely expensive and they don't bring you near as much joy as this live stream does. Sure, dude, it's cool to have a Ferrari sitting in the driveway. What happens when a bird poops on it? Dang it, man, you're going to get mad at that bird. You know how nice birds are? They just sit out there and chirp and look for food all day. You don't want to get mad at a bird. And if a bird poops on your Ferrari, think about who you are as a person. You're mad at a bird for pooping, man. That's just crazy. Ferraris are going to bring out the worst in you. Plus, dude, the insurance is going to be through the roof. You can't even drive it, especially here in Ohio. You can drive it, like 4 months out of the year? Nobody wants a car like that. Absolutely. Rocket, appreciate you, man. This is the obligated super chat. Rocket is the only one in the chat who is obligated to send a super chat. Everybody else is off the hook. Rocket is the only one. Kalani, boom, boom, boom. 17 months of bro, man. Look at that, Kalani. My gosh. Kalani, I guarantee you that 24 months is going to creep up on you way faster than you ever would have imagined. Absolutely appreciate you being a bro for 17 months, man. You guys are killing it, dude. Absolutely love to see that. Who I want to settle these troubles with the Rosado brothers. I want you to settle these troubles with Rosado. I will. Just point me their direction or point them in my direction, man. Rozzy, sorry, bro. Sending good vibes. I missed what Rozzy said. Sorry about that. Rocket needs a little licking. Everybody needs a little lick and stick to end the stream on a good note, man. You take that banana, you peel that banana, you tilt the head back, you lick it, and you stick it. D's, thank you very much for putting a smile on everybody's face as the stream is coming to an end, man. I know you guys love that right there. Appreciate you on that super chat, D's. Guys, get your names in the chat right now. We're going to be doing some shout outs. It is 1 o'clock right now. Don't knock insurance, Clayton. Never knock insurance. Never knock insurance, right? Until you know that you're paying. What would a Ferrari cost per month in insurance, man? Like $200-$300 a month to insure? I don't even know what it would be to insure like a $300,000 car. To me, that would just be insane. I would never want to do that. I will knock insurance when it comes to being absurdly high priced for something like a Ferrari. Now, however, Kia Fortes are very reasonable, man. Kia Fortes are very reasonable. That's why I would recommend going out, financial decision, to go out and get a Kia Forte. It's the way to go. Guys, get your names out there. We're going to be doing shout-outs, and we will be back this afternoon. Appreciate all you guys for being in the stream. Having a lot of fun, man. Just share it live with the broadcast. 3 group totals. Boom! Patrick, I love that you do that, Pat. And I don't know if anybody else in here shares the live streams like Patrick does. But Patrick, man, I do want to say thank you very much for being a part of Facebook groups. And I know they might not be the most active, right? But sharing this live stream anywhere is one of the best things that you guys can do, man. So, Pat, appreciate you on that one. Let's do the shout-outs, guys, and we will be back later. We got a shout-out to D's, man. Hopefully you enjoyed that lick and stick. Tony D, man, see you later. We got Dark Bro Rocket in the chat. Dark Bro, we got Kalani, Roulette Wheel, Patrick. Enjoy your day, man. Dark Bro, Lemon Lust, Pudgy. Peace out of the Diamond-Handed King. Peace tacos, baby. Oh, yes. We got Tony D, Old Rounder. Jennifer, enjoy your day. Pika Power, thank you very much for being in here, Pika. Hopefully you're doing good today. Kalani, see you later, man. Mr. Brian Kennedy's Crazy Polls. J-Bones, baby. Deuces, have an awesome day. Absolutely. Be back this afternoon, J-Bones. We got Tony D, Troy, man. Bye to you, Dark Bro. El Momovic, see you later, man. We got Kennedy's Crazy Polls. Roulette Wheel. Gawido, enjoy it. DD214, Ray De Silva. We got Christian Marquez. Peace out of the Diamond-Handed King. Taco Tuesdays. There it is. Pika Power. All of you guys know what time it is. You want to say it with me? Say it with me. Till the next time. Hope to each and every one of you have an awesome day.